All right, guys, we're good to go. Welcome to our first, I'm calling it our first, it's not our first Twitter Spaces AMA, but I'm calling it our first Twitter Spaces AMA because this is going to be a new thing that we're trying out and experimenting with. It's not even going to be called Twitter Spaces AMA. It's going to be called the ShibaDoge Show. We're going to have a weekly show. It'll be a hybrid consisting of AMAs, consisting of news, consisting of a show that I'm trying to put together. And when I say show, we're going to have some of the biggest names in crypto. We're going to have some of the biggest names in tech. We're going to have some of the biggest names in any trending news on board. What we'll do is this will be like a progress bar, let's call it, of us reaching out to people, getting people on board, bringing people and hosting them hosting us, vice versa, having collaborative AMAs and collaborative Twitter spaces with other people. So we're going to go hard on Twitter. Twitter is obviously rebranding as the everything app. So we're going to try to do everything and be everywhere all at the same time. I'm very excited for this. And I call this episode 1, but it's more or less honestly just the introduction of the idea and an introduction of what we got going on. Moving forward with these AMAs. And I think having the open layout function where anybody can just come up at any time, talk, new people could come in, talk, all that cool stuff is going to be very beneficial because we're welcoming a whole bunch of new people to the space, right? That's what we're all about. That's what we're going to continue to preach, and that's what we're going to focus on. So with that being said, there's a couple things I want to talk about, which we'll get right into it, actually. For anybody who is paying attention to how the, what did I say like 2 weeks ago? I said, yo, the meme coin market is going to come back, and it's going to come back strong. And I think the start of it is literally happening right now. And anybody who follows trends, we follow trends in the space, so we kind of know what's popping, what's not. And right now, what the meta is, right? What people want to see, what people like, and they're getting into are zero tax tokens. So ShibaDoge is now zero tax, buy and sell. By the way, if you guys didn't know that, you know, it's not permanent. It's most likely going to be for all of April. I don't know if we'll extend it or not. We'll see. But as of right now, it's for the remainder of April. It is 0%. 0% taxes. So we're going to be pushing that. We're going to be marketing that pretty hard for the remainder of the month. I think that's what the space wants to see right now. And I think us being a very established project, we'll be able to bring in a lot of attention with this promotion that we got going on. I don't even want to call it a promotion. I want to call it just kind of what the market wants and what the market needs right now, in a sense, right? So we're adaptive. We're trying new things out, obviously trying to penetrate that audience of people. And I think a lot of people are going to really appreciate that. So that's a nice surprise. That's the big news that I wanted to share with you guys. And honestly, I do think that the people are calling on Twitter, people are calling it the shitcoin season is starting back up again, and I like that because it's kind of trendy. I'm not saying we're a shitcoin or anything, but the whole DEX area of things is what they're referring to with that. And I do think that, so that's what it takes, right? It takes one coin to come in and start popping things off, which we saw, like something is trending right now. Obviously, you guys see it, I see it, everyone sees it. There's some crazy volume going on in the space, which is super healthy because what's that doing? It's starting to drive FOMO back into the space and get that snowball rolling. And I think that snowball is going to be a massive snowball effect the next time around. We've all been waiting for this moment ever since the bear market showed its face. We've all been waiting for that next wave of things coming in. And guys, the next wave is happening in front of your eyes. If you don't see it, it's unfortunate. So wake up, get involved, get up to speed, get up to date. Understand your surroundings, understand what's going on, understand what position you're in, and kind of, you know, be a poker player. Read the next two moves ahead, because everything that's happening with crypto, with Bitcoin, with the governments, with all this stuff, it all ties hand in hand to money coming into the crypto space, right? So I'm bullish as ever. We got some big things coming, obviously. The Armory should be, we should have a nice announcement on the ShibaDoge NFT Armory, hopefully by the next few days. We're pretty much completely almost done with it. So it's almost ready to come out. And then immediately after that, staking season 3. I know a lot of people have been asking me about that. I know a lot of people have been DMing me. A lot of people have been tagging me and they want more information. I got into like a debate with somebody on Telegram for whoever was there the other day about season 3. That was, something that got kind of annoying, but it's coming. There really is no delay. It's just we want to follow our list of things that we want to check off in order, right? So that's pretty much about it on that end of the spectrum. But let's talk a little bit about what we're doing for the Burn anniversary event, which will be happening on the 21st. So we announced the Burn anniversary event. It starts on Friday, the 21st at 12 p.m. PST, and it ends on Monday, 12 p.m. PST. So it's the whole weekend long. And we got some pretty cool stuff going on for there, right? For anybody who knows the the Diamond Hands NFT that people can equip to their ShibaDoge, we have a Fire Hands derivative of it. So if you bought Burn token and you never sold it, then you're going to be eligible to get the Fire Hands NFT. So that looks badass. I think Peter shared an image of it already in the chat, in the Telegram chat. So if you guys haven't seen that, go check it out. I think it's pinned somewhere. That's the first thing, right? And then we have another EFT, which is the Burn hat. And there's 3 tiers of that. For you to be able to participate to get it. So it's kind of like throughout the entire event, the top 3 buyers will get the first tier, which would be like I don't exactly remember which colors they were. I believe the top tier, the first hat is like a golden one. And then the second tier is blue and the last tier is red. I got to double check. So I'll double check on that after this call and I'll pin more details on that in the Telegram and most likely on Twitter. But there's 3 tiers of it. There's a tier for the top 3 buyers of Burn. There's a tier for the top 10 and a tier for the top 20. So the total supply would be like 3, 7, and 10 is what Peter put in here. But I got to double check on what that means. But that's another cool thing. And this is only for BurnCard holders, the next one. But you have a background, a backsplash for your EFT for the ShibaDoge NFTs, and only BurnCard holders will get that. So we got the fire background. It's going to look badass. If you're a BurnCard holder, you're the only people who are getting it. So you can hold on to them, equip them, flip them, list them, whatever you want to do. But that's only exclusive to BurnCard holders, which is going to be pretty cool. And obviously moving forward, we're going to be starting to do like a bunch of cool things for people moving forward. And we'll be doing things for BurnCard holders too, moving forward in the future. Obviously, BurnCard is one of the craziest NFTs, in my opinion, because it's the only liquid NFT, immediate liquid NFT there is. And I'm bullish on BurnCard. I think it's got a really bright future. And I think anybody who holds a BurnCard is pretty much set up for a nice ride, right, moving forward, because the less BurnCards there are in circulation over time, the more bullish the BurnCard gets, and the greater the token allocation to the BurnCard holders get, which is just pretty badass. So once we start seeing a nice shift in momentum, things are gonna get real feisty, ladies and gentlemen. I think crypto is in for one hell of a ride. I think a lot of times finding success, yeah, a lot of it involves hard work. Yeah, some of it involves luck, but all of it involves being in the right place at the right time. Because if you're applying yourself at the right place at the right time, you're making those decisions and you're involving yourself, then you're going to do good. And with the next wave of things coming in, everybody needs to be on their A game, guys. You guys need to be focused, laser focused into the next advancements. You got to make sure you guys are smart with your investments, in a sense, like know when to get in, know when to get out. If you guys are still doing the whole deck stuff, because we are going to be seeing a lot of volume coming into the space. I have a lot of very, very connected people reaching out to me and letting me know that type of alpha too, that a lot of big people, a lot of big whales are starting to prepare to get into a lot of big projects, established projects. So what we're seeing now, for example, is the calm before the storm. You know, it's like being in the eye of the hurricane in a sense. So we haven't seen this much volume in the meme coin space since probably right around the time that ShibaDoge launched. And that's been a pretty long time since something like that has happened. So it's very exciting, guys. It's going to be one hell of a ride. It's going to be crazy because a lot of FOMO is going to start happening in the space. And this is what I've been talking about for the past 8 months. You know, when other projects were shutting down shop and closing their doors and walking away from their communities because there was no volume, there was no interaction, ShibaDoge was up here building, making sure that the stage is ready for when the next wave of people come in. And we have a stage, and we're welcoming a lot of people in, ladies and gentlemen. So, I mean, I'd love to hear some of your guys' opinions on this too. So if you guys have anything you want to touch up on, feel free to come up, feel free to talk, feel free to, this is an open floor right now. Obviously moving forward when we have guests and we're actually doing the show, per se, we won't have an open floor. We'll be working on a request-only basis. But whenever we don't have guests and whenever we don't have, you know, like a podcast-style AMA going on, I want to always itself. So if it outperforms, maybe we could think about doing something to extend it. But we'll see. You know, we don't want to extend it for too long. Which I don't even think we'll extend it. But all of April, it's big, man. We've never done anything like this to keep it for this long. I know we've done zero buy tax events before, but we've never changed all of the taxes to zero. It's not just the buy; it's the buy and the sell. So yeah, man, we're a zero tax token now for the remainder of April. It's pretty big. Which this is the first that I've ever talked about it, and I believe we just changed those tokenomics literally like 5 minutes before I got on the AMA. So what we're going to do is we're going to spend the next 10, 11 days nonstop every day kind of promoting that, and we'll see where that leads. Anybody got anything they want to add on, or?
Hey, Leo, can you hear me?
Yep, we hear you.
All right, man. Well, first of all, I just have to give a shout out to Elon, man. He's been going for 8 straight hour, pump it up, joined at the end of his pump up session leading into this AMA. So amazing, amazing. The community is starting to pump it up. So your news is so bullish. But I have to tell you, I learned something from him today that I am trying to find some more money to get me some more burn. And this is what he said: 100 million burn. You buy that today, when the token pumps to 16 million, for the same money today, you can only get 25 million burn. So the moral of this is I am getting in early. You know, I'm getting in early. So I'm so bullish on this. I can't wait for the bull run. It's amazing, amazing, amazing. Just look at the numbers. Just do the research, look at the numbers. That's 4x from now.
100%
million burn. That's amazing.
100%. And look, you talked about being early, and that's very important too. So I believe right now everybody is early. Everybody's still early, considering the crypto market is still down from its all-time highs by a significant amount. So a lot of money is still going to be flowing back into crypto in the future. But the most important thing that I want to actually, it's completely unrelated to what you were saying, but I just remembered and I want to talk about it, is we sometimes get really dedicated to kind of like building, which we're doing right now, that we lose sense of the meme coin aspect of things, right? And at the core of ShibaDoge, at the end of the day, we've combined two of the biggest meme coins in the world, right? DogeCoin and Shibainu, and we sometimes lose focus on being a meme because we want to do some serious things too here and there, and build some really cool stuff. But what we're going to focus on moving forward too is really embracing that meme factor again, because the next wave of meme coin stuff is going to happen faster than you know it, and we are the craziest meme coin if you think about it, Doge and Shiba. So we're going to start embracing the meme coin stuff again. We're going to start memeing really hard. It's funny to say it because we haven't memed like crazy for a few months because we were so laser focused in building some cool stuff. We were so laser focused on making sure that everything is polished, our T's are crossed, our I's are dotted, and now it's time to put everything that we've worked so hard for in the past year and a half back into full motion and put the car back in gear, because it's a straight road ahead, which is we're trying to travel as far as we possibly can with what we've got. And we've got a lot of fuel in the tank. We have a lot of good ideas. We have a lot of things to look forward to with the markets picking back up. Even if the main crypto market doesn't go into full force, full strike anytime soon, I'm still very, very confident that the meme coin space and the DEX space and pretty much the layer 2 space of things is going to be getting a lot of traction. And guess what that does? People who are coming into DEX and buying DEX projects and decentralized projects on layer 2 Ethereum or BNB, they have to use ETH or BNB to buy those projects. And if a meme coin FOMO run happens, that in itself is going to pump ETH as well. Just like how ETH pumped when everybody was going crazy buying DEX projects last time around, and also the NFT rush that people were buying NFTs left and right. I think we're going to see that again, and I think we're going to see it's much stronger than before, because now people are a little bit more educated. Now some of the people who didn't get involved last time around, they kept that on their radar. So now they're going to not want to miss the opportunity the second time around. Man, I'm super excited. I'm super excited because we do have a lot to look forward to. A lot of people don't see it the way that I do, and I don't blame them, because they're not as involved in all the discussions and all the conversations that I'm involved with. A lot of people have day jobs, a lot of people have families to take care of, this and that. But for me, at the core of it, at the root of it, I like to be involved. I like to talk to people who are big in the space. I like to talk to people who understand me more than I do in the space, and I get a lot of their input on things. And all the big guns are preparing for war. I mean, and what I mean by that is they're preparing for the next big thing. And a lot of people had a lot of money parked, waiting for something big to happen. And a lot of them are starting to get ready to deploy capital, and a lot of them are starting to get ready to get back into the space full force. So I'm excited, more excited than I've ever been, just for the future, right? And honestly, I don't want to lose focus on what we got going on with everything else, because we do have some really, really bullish stuff coming up, right? We got the Armory, which is coming up. We got the staking season 3, which is coming up, which we call the Warzone now. So Warzone is going to be big. We got a whole bunch of cool little new features that are going to be added to the ShibaDoge NFTs with the equipables that is going to be big. You may even be able to deploy your ShibaDoge NFT into season 3 Warzone. That may be big. We're still working on getting that implemented. So if we can get that in, great. If not, then it'll be in the following season. But that is something that we want to do. That is something that we want to do. So Yeah, man. I'm just excited. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be talking to you guys. I know it's not the two-week AMAs that we're so used to on Telegram, but this is something new that we're going to be testing out. And for anybody who's wondering, I am going to be jumping in Telegram every now and then. But when I do jump in Telegram, it's going to be all fun and games, and we're just going to vibe. We're going to have fun. We're going to talk. We're going to bullshit. We're going to do all kinds of cool things. But yeah, it's probably nothing. Elon Vitalik just wrote it in our Telegram. It's probably nothing, but maybe something. We got some catalysts, baby. We got some cool things happening, and I'm very excited for where the show is going to lead. I'm going to work every week to actually kind of like bring on new people. I don't know if I'll have people on next week, but I'm talking to a bunch of people that we've done AMAs with and Twitter Spaces with in the past, and kind of creating a manifesto of really fun characters that we can host, and a lot of pretty fun characters that we can have on the show. So my vision for these Twitter Space shows are anywhere from like 60 to 120-minute shows, depending on what we got going on and what we're talking about. And a lot of it would be like a pretty professional style layout, and I think we'll get better at it as things go on. I know Elon is working on getting Twitter Spaces to work with a computer. So that is something that is kind of necessary for me, because I don't like doing the whole phone thing, right? Which I'm talking to you guys on my iPhone right now, but you know, I have a whole headset and I have all this like professional equipment that I ordered that works in my computer. So once we get that set up, these will be a lot higher quality. I know Elon's pissed off about Twitter Spaces only being on mobile, so I'm sure we'll see a fix on that very, very soon. And yeah, guys, feel free to come up and talk anything, whatever you guys want to talk about, ask. Treat it like an AMA, treat it like a show, however you guys want. Let's make this as meaningful as possible.
Hello.
What's up, bro?
Can you hear me?
Yep, we hear you now.
I was because you was talking about the no tax for the coins. I was gonna ask, is it for ShibaDoge and Burn, or just ShibaDoge?
So it's fully 0% on ShibaDoge, buy and sell, and the Burn token is 0.4% buy and sell. So it's still technically like zero, right? But it's 0.4%. Yeah. So yeah. The reason why we didn't turn the Burn token completely zero is because we do want to maintain the Burn functionality, and those taxes actually go towards burning the tokens. So that's what that 0.4% is for.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, Leo, I was gonna say that this news about 0% interest stuff is it just sounds like something that's impossible, like too good to be true. But I see that the developers, they're taking a huge step, and this is really good because it encourages the community, encourages everyone as well. So it's a really huge step. I want to say kudos to those that are into the project.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Going. There we go. So we understand trends, right? We understand what people like, and obviously we don't want to change our tokenomics forever. Our tokenomics are our tokenomics, and it's there to sustain the project for its life term, pretty much, right? And we've seen that happen. We've seen how the tokenomics came in and kind of made sure that the project survives through the bear market no matter what, sustains itself, and continues to help fund development and help fund all the other cool things that we build. But obviously, this exercise that we're doing is an April long event. But we know that's what the market wants right now, and at the end of the day, we gotta give the market what the market wants sometimes, and I believe that we can actually attract a lot of people with this. We'll see. It's an exercise. We'll see if it works or not. I know it's everything in the space is foreshadowed by what's going on right now. Right, there's a big pump happening, and all eyes on that. but that's good. I like that that's happening, because what that's going to do is it's going to bring a lot of attention back to the space. And as long as we're everywhere and pushing hard, we're going to be catching a lot of attention from a lot of new people that are coming in. So I think this is a very, very healthy thing that's happening. This is what sparks those bull runs, guys. All it takes is one thing to pop off. Whether it's us or whether it's even somebody else, it doesn't matter, as long as it's in our sector. Once our sector pops off, it's like impossible to stop it. We've seen it before, and I think we're going to see it again. We got some people who requested to speak. It should be automatic, but I'm just adding you guys as a speaker now. That's weird. It's giving me an error code. So maybe you guys are just like unable to speak on Twitter Spaces. I don't know.
I don't know. I was still trying to get used to it the first time,
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's just because it should be open mic, but for some people it shows that they requested to come up and speak, but when I tried to unmute them, it gave me an error, so I don't know what's going on with them. But it is what it is.
I think I saw Roof around. I don't know if he's it.
Yeah, he said he's having a delay because he's on his phone and he's also streaming to YouTube. He's streaming this to YouTube. So I don't think he'll be able to talk today because him being on mobile and him being on his computer also streaming this, it creates like I think he was saying it creates a 15, 20-second delay. So it's going to be kind of impossible to get him on today. But he's trying to figure out how to fix that so that we don't have that issue next time around.
Okay, yeah.
Real quick, let me go to our YouTube and see if anybody's been asking any questions there. So you could definitely answer that. ShibaDoge. Really excited. My best friend got in last month. Yeah. But yeah, guys, no, by the way, I want to give a shout out to the people who actually shouted us out the other day on a pretty big Twitter Spaces. I think there was like 2,000 people in there. And CryptoCrat, he's the founder of a kid called Beasts, which is a very successful NFT project. He actually shouted us out on that Twitter Spaces, and because he knows what we're doing, and we've actually worked with him for some things in the past before. So he shouted us out because he knows that, we're continuously building and the things that we got going on for ourselves. So he said we're going to be one of the biggest tokens next year. He let a whole bunch of people know that. So big shout out to you, Brad, and big shout out to what you got going on, because you do build a lot of cool things in the space for a lot of cool reasons, and we respect that. So big shout out to you guys too, man. We appreciate you shouting us out. So it's cool to gauge what the interaction is today. Like I said in the Telegram before we started these Twitter Spaces last week, what I said is the first like 2 to 3 Twitter Spaces that we do, I'm not going to go crazy on the promotions because I want to see how much organic engagement we get just from doing this for like 3 weeks in a row. And this organic engagement is going to be a really, really nice factor for me to kind of like look at the analytics of how the marketing that we implement for these spaces helps to grow the Twitter space. Obviously, if I went in like crazy and started marketing the space like crazy, then I wouldn't be able to gauge how much organic interaction we get. So right now it looks like we have a little bit under 100 people listening live. I think it's like 80 80 something, 81, 82. I don't know exactly how accurate that is because I don't know how fast or slow Twitter Spaces updates those numbers. But this is a good way for us to gauge how the marketing is going to be affecting the Twitter Spaces. Somebody just asked a question on YouTube. They said, are you guys planning on ramping up marketing soon? And the answer to that is, yeah, we are going to be able to focus a lot more on marketing because now is a good time to actually start working on bringing material to the table again as far as marketing goes, because we do expect that next wave of people to start coming in. And now that we're actually penetrating a newer audience with Twitter Spaces, marketing is going to be a lot more effective because people can actually hop in, listen to us on Twitter Space without having to take the extra step of finding us on Twitter and then having to go to Telegram and having to go to Discord or, you know, whatever, just to do a little bit of DD. So I think Twitter Spaces is going to be big. Another guy asked on YouTube, would you be able to tell me where to buy ShibaDoge, like what platforms? Yeah, so the best place to get ShibaDoge is on Uniswap. You go to our website, get the contract address, put it in Uniswap, and right now it's zero tax, so you don't even have to put any slippage. You could leave your slippage on automatic, and you'll be able to get a transaction to go through. If you don't want to use Uniswap, you could use one of the many exchanges that we're listed on. If you want a full list of our exchanges, that's also on our website, and it's also in our Telegram. If you go into our Telegram and type in /exchanges, you'll get links to all of them. But yeah, so we're available pretty much in a lot of places, and honestly, we're talking to more exchanges right now. Not too positive when I'll announce an exchange listing, but we do have some that we're talking to. Right now, what we're doing is we're trying to work on getting a tier 1, which has been a goal for a pretty long time, and hopefully we could get something worked out on that end. But it's looking good, guys. We got some pretty good feedback from a lot of good people. Chris Scott says zero tax is just on Uniswap, right? He asked that in Telegram. Correct. So that is only on Uniswap, on DEX. We're not able to change tokenomics on exchanges very easily, so it is only on DEX currently. So if you want to participate in zero tax, you got to use Uniswap.
Hello?
Yep. What's up, buddy?
I was gonna ask if we could get like a little more detail on Siberia.
I mean, I could pretty much give you guys a little bit of detail. So Siberia is like one of the next things that we're focusing on building out, but we're not like putting full force into focusing on that just yet. We've slowly dedicated a small team to kind of like work out the smaller details of it and start outlining the build for it. What Siberia is going to be is still something that we're not ready to share, but Siberia is going to be a big, what I can tell you is Siberia is going to be a big hub and a big part of where the entire ecosystem of our project lives. So think of Siberia as like the home of where everything that we got going on in the ShibaDoge ecosystem kind of thrives and survives. And yeah, Siberia is going to be something fun, man. Siberia is going to be our own world, right? In a sense, I'm not saying metaverse because it's not going to be a metaverse. That's not what we're going for with Siberia. I know a lot of people think that that's what it sounds like, but it's not. It's something a bit different. It's something a bit harder to explain in a sense, but that's a work in progress. And I don't know how long it'll take for us to finish building that out. But right now we've just got a small team of engineers and some artists kind of like doing the some outlines and some back end work of it. And yeah, so that's pretty much what I can share with you guys on Siberia.
Okay, and also is Siberia gonna be like in a storyline in the comic book?
Yeah, of course. So Siberia will be introduced in the comic book as well. Which I actually need to talk to Alex actually this week, because we should probably have the comic book getting ready to be released. I mean, it's pretty much, not pretty much, it is 100% done. We've just been thinking of some cool ways of how to kind of release it and how we can leverage it to get a little bit of marketing out of it too. But I got to talk to him this week because we should probably get that out to you guys. I know a lot of people are pretty excited to finally read what we got built for the comic book and the storyline, and kind of get a whole new introduction of the lore behind ShibaDoge. So yeah, I'll talk to him and see if we could get something in stone for a release date on that end.
Yeah, thinking about it, this is just my idea I had. Like, when I asked about Siberia, like, you should like release it around when Cyberia is like getting finished up, because while people is listening like to the comic book, also they can see Cyberia, and you know, more people gonna be interested in like what is Cyberia.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. But like I said, you know, like Siberia is a work in progress, and that's not something that we want to focus on shilling and promoting right now, because there isn't enough material and enough to talk about to actually, like, you know, grab people's attention with, other than just the idea of it. But that's the thing, is like, it's still an IP that's a work in progress. So we got a lot going on with ShibaDoge. We got a lot going on with meme season. So I call this meme season. It's the beginning of meme season. And no better way to meme than with the two biggest meme coins in the world, which are combined into ShibaDoge, right? So I think we're going to catch a lot of attention in meme season. And here's another question that I'm getting on YouTube. It says, "Hey Leo, hope all is well with you, man. I had a question. When can we expect the burn token to show up on places like CoinGecko and CoinStats?" So I'm not sure too much about CoinStats. I never used that platform. I don't think I've ever used it. But CoinGecko, I'm happy you bring that up, because now I'm going to write that down in my thing of notes to do. I got to reach back out to those guys. Maybe I'll be able to give you guys an update on that once they reach back to me. I'll talk to them tomorrow, though, in the morning, and see what needs to be done for us to actually get on there. I don't know why we're not on there. I know we're on CoinMarketCap, so something must have happened in the process of getting listed that kind of didn't get put on CoinGecko for some reason. But I'm glad you brought that up, because that's just another thing to put on the top of my list to do, because that is very important. And actually, that's cool, because if we do that, it's going to show on CoinGecko as recently listed, so that might bring a little bit of attention to the project as well.
Right. All right, thank you.
Yeah, for sure, man. Crypto Jedi in Telegram asked, whatever happened to the ShibaDoge animated series? So yeah, the animated series is actually going to start with the comic book. Like, that's the first iteration of the animated series. And eventually down the line, like, once we build enough of a storyline, then what we'll do is we'll actually grab a lot of what the comic book has introduced and laid out, and turn that into an animated, like, you know, cartoon or anime or whatever you guys want to call it. But yeah, I mean, the first step is to actually just get it done on the comic book side of things.
You guys are doing a great job, Leo. A lot of good stuff coming out.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you guys.
I was going to say the same thing, and I just wanted to say thank you for changing your time and adding an hour for the people on the East Coast.
Yeah, man, I had to put that into consideration, because so what I was doing, I spent like 2 days last week kind of just like looking at traffic on all kinds of websites, not just Twitter, but I was looking on a lot of social websites, and a lot of the traffic started happening after 3 o'clock. So I was like, okay, we can't do 3 o'clock anymore. Well, we can do 3 o'clock, but I was like, let's do 4 o'clock, because 4 o'clock is like, you know, a lot of people on the East Coast, it's already, you know, they're having dinner, or they've had dinner and they're just chilling. So they're off of work, they're off of their 9 to 5. And for the people on the West Coast, yeah, I mean, if you were on the West Coast and you were attending the 3 o'clock AMAs and spaces, you'll be able to attend the 4 o'clock spaces. So that was the idea that I got. We're still on the cool time frame for people in the UK. We're still on a cool time frame for a lot of people who are in, you know, all types of parts of the world. Obviously, not if you're like in Russia or anything like that, because it's probably like 4 a.m. for a lot of those people. But I don't think we have that big of a community of people who are from that side of the world to begin with. But regardless, these were the best times to start. And looks like somebody just took advantage of the 0% buy tax and bought $200 worth of ShibaDoge. So a big congrats to you guys. This is going to be going on all month long.
Yeah, great job. And it looks like there's a lot more people in here than there was Telegram.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. So hopefully the organic engagement gets better after we're consistently doing this every week for the next like 3 to 4 weeks max, and then once I feel like, okay, this is our ceiling for organic, then we're going to start, you know, pumping a lot of marketing into these Twitter spaces, and especially like when we start having guests. A lot of our guests that we're going to be dealing with also have a big community and also have a lot of audience, and you know, they'll be tweeting it out to their audience and their community members too. So that way we'll have a lot more engagement, and it's going to be pretty badass.
Great job.
Yeah, Leo, I'm really bullish about this Siberia 14. You know, when you say that, you know, like the materials for the Shibaria is not actually complete, and I really thought maybe Siberia is gonna be huge. The launching is gonna be huge. You know, way bigger than season 3 staking. So I also want to say, can you like say much about the Armory launch? I'd like to know more about it.
Yeah, for sure, man. So the Armory is going to be a place where people can actually just hop in and claim EFTs based on the rank of ShibaDoge NFT they have. So when the Armory releases, we'll also have ranks updated on the ShibaDoge NFTs. So that's going to happen as well. And the Armory is going to be like a carousel style of releases. So let's say you come in there one day, there's a bulletproof vest that you could claim, for example, right? So you'll claim that, and then once that expires, it's off the Armory, and it'll never come back into circulation. So anybody who claimed that, they were able to claim it, they have it, they can do whatever they want with it. It's equipable. You can put it on your ShibaDoge, you could put it on OpenSea, you could trade it over to somebody, you could do whatever you want with it, but it'll never come back into circulation for you to be able to claim it again. So there'll be a claim function where people could go in there and, you know, claim all this stuff on a daily, weekly, whatever, hourly basis. And there will also be a different version of it where you can actually interact and purchase things with either ETH, with either ShibaDoge token and either Burn token. So we're going to have that functionality in the future too. I don't know if that functionality is, I don't know if that's going to launch with that functionality, but it is something definitely that we want to add into there into the future, because it also creates an extra utility for the ShibaDoge and Burn tokens. So that's something to look out for as well. Hopefully, well, not hopefully, but I don't know if it'll be included right at the launch of the Armory, but it will be coming soon if it's not already built in during the initial launch of it.
Okay. I already understood it now.
So if you have a bunch of NFTs, do you get to claim one for each NFT or just one?
Yeah, so that's how it would work. It would work for one for each NFT. So if you have 5, for example, if you have 5 NFTs, ShibaDoge NFTs, you'll be able to claim 5 items depending on the rank of those NFTs. So if you have, 3 of the highest ranked NFTs, you'll be able to claim 3 of the highest ranked claimables. And let's say the other 2 are the lowest ranked, you'll be able to get 2 of the lowest ranked claimables. So depending on what rank it is, and if you have a high rank, if you have the highest rank, I believe you'll be able to pick from whatever you want across the board. So you could choose for your rank, or you could also choose, choose one from a different rank, but you can only choose one time. So you can't choose like all of them. You'll be able to choose whatever you want from there.
Do you, excuse me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Do you have to breed to claim any of your armories?
Yeah, you are going to have a ShibaDoge NFT to claim from the Armory.
Yeah, I have the NFTs, but I was trying to say, do you have to like breed them? You trying to say we have to have like the ShibaDoge NFT?
Yeah, exactly. You have to have a bred NFT to claim it.
Okay, thank you. And another thing I was thinking, will you ever make like a SPS game? Do you think that would be something?
Probably not, man, to be honest with you. No, you never know. You never know. I do know that a game is something that we have on our, like, it's not on our roadmap, but it's on our, like, vision board, right? And the thing is, it's like, it's got to make sense for us first. Like, I don't want to build a game that no one's going to play, and I don't want to build a game that's mediocre either. We've looked into what it takes to build a good game, and it's not easy. Especially, it becomes 100 times harder when you want to incorporate blockchain into it. So I don't think we're ready to assemble a team to build a quality game just yet. The only reason why I say that is because we haven't done enough research on it. And on top of that, I just don't think it's something that fits into our ecosystem very well right now.
Okay.
You know, I've been having this imagination all this while that one day we're gonna launch a game whereby each one will be playing with these NFTs, you know, something like that.
Exactly.
I'll be thinking something like that direction.
Yeah, that's the idea, man.
That's the idea.
The idea is to, like, you know, if you're playing the game, if we hypothetically one day ever decide to launch a game, our NFTs will all be included in the game as characters. So you'll be able to use, if you own a certain NFT, you'd be able to play as that NFT in the game. So, you know, that's the idea that we want, but it's a very complicated way of actually going about it. We've talked to a bunch of developers and a bunch of studios that create games. We were thinking of like a sandboxy game where people can just mess around and like throw things around and, you know, build stuff like Minecraft or whatever, but with like better graphics. And yeah, it's crazy how much work it takes to get that done. Maybe one day when we don't have too much on our plate, we'll be able to look more into it. But it's a big leap.
I would suggest, if maybe not creating creating in a very big way, maybe just a testing, you know, like launch a testing, you know, to like examine and see how it goes. No, I know it's a very big project to do, but also you can do it in a very low way, and that will not cost much. I know the community will love it so much.
Yeah, it's possible, man. It's possible.
Or we could do like a slot machine, and you could win ShibaDoge tokens.
Yeah, that's a hard pass, bro. I mean, that's funny. No, we don't want to do that. We don't want to involve ourselves with gambling or anything like that, man. But yeah, that'll be funny.
Is there anything else new you can share?
Other than what I've talked about, really nothing new else that I could share. I'll be able to share a lot more new stuff when actually the Armory and stuff come out, because there's going to be new stuff to talk about literally every other week or every week, because of the way that the Armory works and updates, and some of the cool new things that we're going to be introducing. But honestly, what everyone's waiting for is that, and they're waiting for the next season of Warzone. So all of our focus is to kind of just like make sure that we get all of that stuff out. And right now, Max is focused on putting together a pretty large marketing plan that we can actually start rolling out for when the next wave of things is happening, which is kind of like starting right now, the happening, let's say. So yeah, a lot of that. I guess that's news too, because we're putting together a marketing plan. And obviously, you guys know how our first initial marketing plan went really good. We got a lot of big people on board. We were actually even on Wall Street Bets. We were trending on Twitter all the time. We were trending on Dex tools all the time. So that's going to be something we're going to try to be achieving again with the next marketing push. And that's something to be excited for, because we want to be on the map when all these new people are coming in again.
And that sounds great. And I got another question. Do you think like maybe in the next few weeks we'll be able to get into the Warzone and maybe get into the EFTs and all that stuff like that?
Yeah, it shouldn't be much longer from now. It could be as short as a week or as long as like 3 weeks, something like that. So we're pretty much right there. It's just like a matter of getting everything out now at this point.
Yeah, sounds like you guys got pretty much everything ready to go.
Pretty much, bro. Pretty much everything is kind of like getting dialed in right now, and some super final like small things are just being tweaked, and then we're pretty much ready to go.
Sounds great.
And this is gonna be a longer season, by the way, guys. So anybody who's kind of concerned of the little delay that happened after season 2 ended, don't worry, it's going to be a longer season, so you guys will be able to participate for a longer period of time.
And if you get the stake, let's say you're talking about maybe you can stake the ShibaDoge, would there be some kind of reward for that too, you think, or you don't know yet?
Well, yeah, of course. So if you're deploying ShibaDoge into the Warzone, then it's not just going to go in there for nothing.
Yeah, nobody said much about it though.
Yeah,
that sounds
I'm not
pretty
gonna
awesome.
say much about it until it's 100% final and we know like what's going on with that. So right now it's like 50-50 whether it's going to happen or not. There's just a little bit of things that we got to implement, and honestly, like I have to get an update from our developer on that end, because I did get an update, and the update was he's still trying. So hopefully he can figure something out. If not, then we're just gonna do it season 3. But we do want to give the functionality for ShibaDoge to actually participate in future seasons.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be nice. So, nice reward.
Because the tricky thing is the way we want to implement it, and this is if we wanted to do it the same way that the DogeArmy and Shibaarmy are doing it right now, that's a piece of cake. But the way that we want to do it is we still want the people who put their ShibaDoge NFTs into the Warzone, we still want them to be able to customize their ShibaDoge freely without having to take their NFT out of the Warzone. So that's the line of code and things that's a little bit tricky, and we're trying to figure out how to get that done. Our team has a really good idea of how to make it work, but obviously it's not something that anyone has ever tried before or anyone has ever built before. So it's kind of like something that our dev team is building for the first time ever. And when you're doing that, you gotta pretty much test everything out yourself to make sure it works before we release anything. So that's where we're at right now on that end.
Sounds great. Now I know you got the burn buy down to 0.4, but will that change in the future a little bit because of we're getting rewards from burn too?
I don't know if it'll change. As of right now, it's going to stay at what it is. If we do ever decide to change it, we'll let you guys know well in advance. But I think it's going to stay 0.4 for good, unless something happens and we change it. But if we do, like I said, if we do have to change it, we'll let you guys know ahead of time.
Thank you.
Yo, Chivo here, bro.
What's up, Chivo? Doing good, bro. How about you?
Not much. Hey, maybe I missed it or not, man, but you did mention about the staking deal is going to be longer and everything like that. Have we talked about what the rewards are going to be? Are they going to stay the same as season?
It's going to be very, very similar. The lowest rank NFTs will be earning a little bit less, but nothing crazy, like nothing that people are going to go crazy about. But it's going to be like very similar to what season 2 entailed as far as the rewards go. And then with the length of the season being longer, it may even, for the people who are receiving a little bit less, they may even receive the same amount or more, depending on how those numbers work. Because I haven't fully done the math on how much everybody will get if they stake throughout the entire season or anything like that. So I don't know, but we'll release all those numbers again soon. It's just a matter of time at this point. It's like we're literally there at this point to get everything out. It's just going to be very similar to season 2 as far as the rewards go.
Sounds good. Thanks, man.
For sure. All right, guys. Hey, listen, what we'll do is we'll wrap up the spaces here. We'll wrap this up, and I'll start a new one next Wednesday at 4 p.m. We're going to do this every single Wednesday consistently without missing a beat, unless I get hit by a truck, which I doubt because I never leave my office. And when I do leave my office, I'm usually in the truck. So anyway, I won't get hit by a truck. But regardless, we'll be here every single week doing this. Like I said, we're going to do it organically for the next maybe 2 or 3 more times. And then after that, we're going to start ramping it up. We're going to start bringing guests on board. We're going to start bringing people on board. We're going to start promoting these like crazy. And we're going to start getting hopefully thousands of people in these calls moving forward. I want to start building agendas for a lot of these spaces. So I don't want to just come in here without a plan. I want every space to be meaningful moving forward. So after the organic version of doing these are over with, we'll have a more structured AMA style. Hopefully by next month, they release PC and Mac support for Twitter Spaces, so I could actually host these on my computer. That way I'll be able to kind of implement a cool bunch of different features and kind of like voiceover stuff and sound effects and things like that. But we'll see. I don't know how soon they'll give support for that. But I do want to do cool things like that. I know other people do it. I don't know how they do it. I got to ask them. But I know how to do it if we were to have support on the computer. But regardless, we'll wrap this up here, guys. If you guys need anything from me, I'm always in our Telegram, so feel free to tag me or DM me. I'll never DM you. Nobody from our team will DM you first. So if you need anything, let us know. Other than that, I want to thank everybody for listening in. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. I hope you guys can make it the next time around too. And get ready, guys. Buckle up, because the meme season is back. I think we're starting to see the start of a new trend coming back into to our space, and it could happen overnight, literally in a blink of an eye. So just in the last 2 days alone, we saw the craziest volume that we've seen in the space in a very, very long time, and I think it's going to be the birth of something big. So buckle up, keep your eyes peeled, stay engaged, stay on top of everything, and don't miss a beat. So with all that said, if you miss Doge, that sucks. If you miss Shiba, that also sucks. If you miss ShibaDoge, and if you miss the next wave of people coming in, you really suck. You really suck.